I'd like to call the full board meeting to order. Please rise for a salute to the flag, followed by, well, sorry, silent prayer, followed by the salute to the flag.
Yeah.
Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, and to the republic which stands one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We have to do a special finance committee meeting. I'm going to turn it over to Finance Chair Jim Juzzik.
Yes, okay, I can call the special finance meeting in order. I have resolution number 201-2026.
Move it.
Second.
And motion is second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Motion to adjourn,
So moved.
Second.
motion is second, all in favor?
Aye.
Carried, thank you.
Okay, I'm going to ask the clerk to call the roll.
Butts. Here. Weigel.
Here.
Holmes.
Here.
Simmons.
Here.
Stats. Adams. Here. Holt. Collins.
Here.
Silverberg. Here. Eldridge. Here. Helsley.
Here.
Orchard.
Here.
Livonia.
Here.
Rivera. Here. Mia.
Ian.
Oaken. Here. Musman. Here. Solera.
Here.
Bezzy.
Here.
Holding. Here. Morel.
Here.
Here.
Skoda.
Present.
182 present, 18 absent, have a quorum.
Thank you. Okay, we have a series of public hearings that we're going to be doing. The first public hearing, I'm going to open, it's for local law 2 of 2026. It continued to impose an additional mortgage tax, which when it says additional, it means keeping the mortgage tax at the same level in Columbia County. So I'm going to ask the clerk to read the notice.
Please take notice that the Columbia County Board of Supervisors shall hold a public hearing on the 12th day of August, 2026 at 7 p.m. The Board of Supervisors Chambers, 401 State Street, Hudson, New York, 12534, concerning the proposed enactment of a local law 2 of 2026 to continue to impose an additional mortgage tax in Columbia County. Copies of proposed local law are available in the clerk of the board's office or online. By order of the clerk of the board, Kelly S. Vaccaro, dated August 1st, 2026.
All right, do any supervisors have any comments? Supervisor,
Sim. I just want to say it again, you did say it, but every year it seems to leave out of here with some kind of confusion. So this is not an addition to, it is a continuation of a current mortgage tax. Just so that's clear. Thank you.
thank you. Any public have any comments? Okay, with that, I'm going to close the public hearing and we need to vote on the local law.
Lutz. Yes. Weigel.
Yes.
Holmes.
Yes.
Simmons.
Yes.
Stats. Adams. Yes. Wolf. Collins.
Yes.
Silverberg. Yes. Eldridge. Yes. Helsley.
Yes.
Morcheck.
Yes.
Livonia.
Yes.
Madero. Yes. Mia.
Yes.
Oaken. Yes. Musman. Yes. Solera.
Yes.
Bezzy.
Yes.
Holden. Yes. Morel.
Yes.
Not.
Yes.
Skoda.
Yes.
182 days, 18 absent, the local law passes.
Thank you. Next, I'm going to open the public hearing for local law 3 of 2026, establishing income levels for senior citizens, real property tax exemption. I'm going to ask the clerk to read the notice.
Okay, the notice is for local law 3 and 4 together. That was published in the paper. Just please take notice that the Columbia County Board of Supervisors shall hold a public hearing on the 12th day of August, 2026, 7 p.m. held in the Columbia County Board of Supervisors Chambers, 401 State Street, Hudson, New York, concerning the proposed enactment of 2 local laws. Local law 3 of 2026, establishing income levels for senior citizens, real property tax exemption pursuant to section 467 of the real property law. The County of Columbia hereby adopts the following sliding scale schedule relative to income levels and the percentage of assessed valuation exempt from taxation. and it goes to say the percentages. And there's local law 4 of 2026, establishing income levels for disabled and low income real property tax exemption pursuant to law 459-C of the real property tax law. The County of Columbia hereby adopts the following sliding scale schedule relative to the income levels and the percentage of the assessed values of exempt from taxation. Copies of said proposed local laws are available in the clerk of the board's office or on the Board of Supervisors website by order of the clerk of the board, Kelly S. Vaccaro, August 1st, 2026.
Thank you. So are there any supervisor comments on local law number 3? Supervisor Adams.
So I was on the county government committee that approved this resolution and moved it to this public hearing. But I've had some time to do some additional work on this. And just for example, in the town of Canaan, 34 people received this exemption. And 28 of those earn less than the $34,000 ceiling at this point, and 6 earned over that. So with this new change in exemption levels, all 34 of them will be eligible for a 50% exemption. And I think Mark gave us some really good data to work from. He told us that, best back of the envelope was that we could expect probably 3 to 5% more people to come in as a result of the change in income level. The thing that's always troubled me is not, I want to help seniors, obviously, but the thing that's troubled me about this is that we don't consider household income and we don't consider the value of assets. And I have people in property that's valued over $450,000, $500,000 who are eligible for the 50% income exemption based on their income. But we don't consider household income and we don't consider the value of their assets. The other thing that concerns me about this is that I want us to consider, because I think Mark also presented that we're trying to transition as the state is going to encourage us to look at higher income levels over the next couple of years because the cost of living in New York State is high. But I think who are we trying to help here? Because those 28 people that are already getting this 50% exemption are not going to get anything more. This is not going to help them anymore. So while I'm not opposing this tonight, I just want us to be thoughtful as we move forward with this discussion and future analysis of this, and to evaluate this program as a whole and to think about, who are we really trying to help and what kind of help do we need to give them?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Any other supervisors?
I concur with Supervisor Adams.
I know what your numbers are too.
Supervisor.
I'm not educated enough about this, but my assessor came to speak to me about it, and he has some real concerns about this going forward, and that's exactly what Supervisor Adams is saying.
Okay, Supervisor.
Question, we can save it for committee, but, so are you saying that the layout of it isn't as proper as you think in your mind?
I just think that I think there's some gaps in the decision making or the review process. And if this had not moved through committee, I would suggest that we step this a little more slowly, that we have a top level of 40,000 as opposed to 45,000, because we're raising the level $10,000.
Yeah.
So, and I think Mark posited something that was really important for the committee, which was that we want to make sure that because the cost of living increases to Social Security, that people are not falling out just because they got a cost of living increase for their Social Security. I think that $40,000 ceiling would cover that group of people, but now we're also enlarging the group of eligible people. So I just think I would like more time eventually to look at this systemically, not just a single piece as a single piece.
Thank you.
Any other supervisors? Supervisor Knott.
Yeah, I just want to Brenda's comment, I don't disagree that there's some gaps in this. This is, Rob can correct us here, but this is a state law that enables us to do this, and they have enabled us to go to this level. As you know, it was a few years ago that they brought that to $55,000, and we went partway, and now we're picking up a little bit more. I believe the state will be at $75,000 pretty soon, and we're not going to that max. But to your point about who gets credited and who gets felted, those are things that we could talk to state legislators about changing this legislation, because all we can do right now is adopt that. Is that right, Rob? I mean,
That's correct. So this is enabled by the New York State Real Property Tax Law, and they set the framework of how the exemption can be adopted. You get to pick the numbers, obviously. And just for public consumption, this is, as the county taxes, the towns, each of the town boards will consider whether they do it as the town tax and the school district as well, right, Mark?
Yes. Yeah, this is local options has to be adopted by each taxing authority.
And I don't disagree with that, but I think the impact of a 50% reduction in tax on a $450,000 house is very different from a $250,000 house. And we have to remember that the towns will still collect the same amount of tax. It's just distributed over the other taxpayers. So I really want to.
no free lunch. It's just distributing it. That's all.
I support this. I just want to be more thoughtful about it going forward. And I understand Rob's point that, or yours, but we can go to our state legislators and make sure that they have that information as well.
Right. Supervisor Hall.
So I thank Mark for his work on this, and I do also agree with Supervisor Adams. I'm going to vote yes on this law tonight. I do think that it's important that towns adopt the same levels, and I can say that my assessor also has expressed some concerns. I don't know the assessment world. It is a foreign language to me. My assessor often sits down and tells me all about things, and I say, please speak to me like a kindergartner for this one, because it's Charlie Brown talk. So what I typically do is I've worked with my assessor for 6 years. I know she knows a lot about what she's doing, and I really defer to her. And in this instance, I know Mark knows what he's doing, so I'm deferring to Mark. But there is a potential not on the same page between the two. And so while I am going to vote on this tonight, what I'd love to see happen is in the near future, maybe a group, Brenda seems to know a lot about it, maybe bringing some of the town assessors a little bit more into the conversation with Mark, because I think if there can be more consensus between the town assessors, which I think a lot of town supervisors and town boards do defer to when it comes to local laws having to do with these things, and the county can find a compromised position where we might have different viewpoints. And that way it's much easier to then also get us all on the same exemption level. So I'm going to vote yes tonight, but I would like sooner than later, for Brenda's point, of further kind of analysis and maybe getting the town assessors. I don't think there's a ton of them because like my assessor works for 3 different towns. So, getting the town assessors kind of into those meetings and into those conversations, I would love to see that.
May I add something?
Yes.
For those of you that don't know me, I'm Mark Taylor. I'm the Director of Real Property for Columbia County. So I've heard a lot of discussion here about including assessors and all that, but I just want to explain the process that I followed. It shouldn't have been a surprise to any of your assessors because I consulted with all of them prior to bringing this to the county level. They all knew what income levels we were looking at, and they all expressed comfort with going with the 45,000. And they all were kind of glad to see us taking a step forward and increasing the incomes. So I'm kind of surprised to hear tonight that there is all this concern amongst your assessors when it wasn't communicated directly to me. So I just wanted to be clear to everybody in the room that it wasn't like I was just doing this on my own. I consulted with all the assessors prior to developing this thorough analysis. And I gave them the opportunity to share information with me and be a part of the analysis. And they basically said, no, you can handle it. So just wanted to share that.
Could I ask the director one thing about a mechanism? The state has granted the ability to give an exemption over 50%, correct?
That's correct, but the software does not allow that to happen
It has to be done
manually. Correct. You have to manually calculate those.
to each parcel that qualifies for the exemption,
Correct.
or each homeowner.
So what Supervisor Collins is saying is the state also modified the law to where the maximum exemption can be changed from 50% up to 65%. When I mentioned that to the several assessors that I spoke to, they did not like the idea of moving to that until the software could handle that, because it is labor intensive for them to have to basically manually calculate all these exemptions. Some towns have more than others. So that is why it wasn't incorporated in this current changes to the laws. From what we understand from State Office of Real Property, that will not become eligible. The software that we are currently using will not be modified to be able to accept that increase in the level, because they have nobody at the state that can currently program in the language that the software is built in. So they were trying to roll out RPS Online, which is a new system that they had to halt the rollout of because it wasn't properly developed and they hadn't tested it thoroughly. So only 3 counties it was only rolled out to 3 counties, and now it's on hold until they finish a full assessment calendar with the new software. So basically what I'm saying here is there's nothing in the immediate future that's going to change that would enable us to just give that 65% without having to manually calculate.
Unless someone knows Fortran.
I'm sorry.
I'm citing an old software.
But once the software got to that ability, we could pass another local law.
You could, absolutely. Yeah, this could be reconsidered at any time,
Thank you, Director.
Absolutely.
Any other supervisors? Anybody from the public have any comment? Okay, with that, I'm gonna close the public hearing and we'll vote on the local law.
Lutz,
Yes.
Whiteyell.
Yeah.
Holmes.
Here. Yes.
Simmons,
Yes.
Stat, Adams,
Yes.
Wolf, Collins,
Yes, but I think I would have rather seen smaller increment. Other people are gonna have to write the check for this. So.
Silverberg,
Yes.
Eldridge.
Yes.
Helsley,
Yes.
Borchek,
Yes.
Livonia,
Yes.
Madera.
Yeah.
Mia,
Yes.
Oaken, Mussman,
Yes.
Valera,
Yes.
Desi,
Yes.
Holding,
Yes.
Morel,
Yes.
Not,
Yes.
Scoda.
Yes.
Okay, 182A, 18 absent, the local law passes.
Okay, thank you. I'm gonna open the public hearing for local law 4 of 2026, establishing income levels for disabled and low income real property tax exemption. I'm not sure if you have to read that notice again. Is there any, supervisor comments? Okay, any public comments? That, I'm gonna close the public hearing. And we need to vote on the local law.
Lutz,
Yes.
Whiteyell.
Yes.
Holmes.
Yes.
Simmons.
Yes.
Stats, Adams,
Yes.
Wolf, Collins,
Yes.
Silverberg,
Yes.
Eldridge,
Yes.
Helsley,
Yes.
Borchek.
Yeah.
Livonia,
Yes.
Madera.
Yes.
Mia,
Yes.
Oaken, Mussman,
Yes.
Valera,
Yes.
Desi,
Yes.
Holding,
Yes.
Morel,
Yes.
Not.
Yeah.
Scoda.
Yes.
182A, 18 absent, it passes.
Okay, thank you. The last public hearing, we're gonna open the public hearing on resolution number 301 of 2026 regarding the Columbia Green Community College budget. Then we ask the clerk to read the notice.
Please take notice, a public hearing will be held before the Columbia County Board of Supervisors in the Supervisors Chambers located at 401 State Street, Hudson, New York, 12534 on Wednesday, August 12th, 2026 at 7 p.m. Therefore, concerning the proposed 2026-2027 operating budget of the Columbia Green Community College. At such time and place, all persons interested in subject matter will be heard concerning the same. Dated August 1st, 2026, Hudson, New York, Kelly Escapero, for the board.
Any supervisors have any comments?
Is anyone from the college here tonight?
Yes.
Hi, I just had one question.
Sure.
Chairman, would you mind if I just ask a question on some of their data?
Sure.
In 2026, you have a revenue line for other revenues, number 30. You went from $949,000 to a projected 135 for 27. What was the major contribution to that?
I'll just tell you who's here from the team and then they can respond. So I'm Victoria Walsh, I'm the president. Who will do who is the chief of staff, and Dr. Brian Morgan, who is the interim CFO. So I'll pass it over to Brian.
Yes, no, that's a good question, and then a lot of people who review the budget ask that question. Up until the end of this year, this fiscal year, for many years, many decades, the college has served as the fiscal agent for labor development grants here in this area. Federal grant money that's managed through the state, and that amount that is there includes the assumption that there are about $650,000 worth of salaries and wages that are paid through the college that are reimbursed by that grant money. Because as of July 1st, we cease to be the fiscal agent for those funds. We're no longer receiving money, and we're no longer paying individuals through our payroll for that. So that's the major change that's taking place there.
Is that the workforce board?
Correct, yeah,
Yes.
the workforce, yeah. It was really a pass through for us. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Supervisor Adams.
So I'd just like to thank representatives of the college tonight. I've sat through your budget presentation twice and asked all my questions. I want to just say that I appreciate your efforts to make the most efficient use of taxpayer dollars, because I really think you've made an extraordinary effort to do so. And I'd also like to say I appreciate at least as much or more your efforts to evolve programming that's going to better meet the needs of our community and businesses. So thank you for both of those things. And I support this budget.
Any other comments? Okay, any public comments? Okay, with that, I'm going to close the public hearing. And this will be voted on in the packet of resolutions. So you have to wait a little longer. I need a motion to pay the bills, accept the treasurer's report, and file the minutes within the clerk's office.
I'll move, Eric.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Vote, carried. We have a couple of proclamations. One proclamation. Yeah, I'd like to have Supervisor Hoagland read a proclamation recognizing the regional food bank under Action Month. And we have a representative from the regional food bank.
Thank you. County of Columbia proclamation. Recognizing the Regional Food Bank and Hunger Action Month. Whereas the Regional Food Bank has been faithfully feeding our neighbors in need since 1983 and serves 23 counties across New York State from the lower Hudson Valley to the Canadian border, including Columbia County. And whereas a recent national study conducted by Feeding America shows that 12% of the total population and 16.2% of children within the Regional Food Bank service area struggle with food insecurity. And whereas the Regional Food Bank collaborates with more than 1,000 partner agencies to supply and support neighbors in local communities and serves more than 355,000 meals per month to those in need. And whereas the Regional Food Bank relies on the generous support of volunteers, with 30,000 individuals donating over 74,000 hours of service last year, the equivalent of 36 full-time workers. And whereas the Regional Food Bank works closely with local leaders and the business community to raise the funds needed to address this expanding need, and provides essential programs such as the Summer Backpack Program, Food as Medicine, and mobile pantries to ensure access to fresh, nutritious fruits, vegetables, proteins, and dairy products. And whereas in Columbia County specifically, 11.9% of residents struggle with food insecurity. And whereas in 2025, with the support of many local agencies, the Regional Food Bank provided more than 1.4 million pounds of food and 1.1 million meals to residents of Columbia County. And whereas despite these efforts, the meal gap in Columbia County remains more than 1.3 million meals this year, underscoring the ongoing need to work together to end hunger. Now therefore be it resolved that the Columbia County Board of Supervisors hereby recognizes the extraordinary impact of the Regional Food Bank and its partners and proclaims September 2026 as Hunger Action Month in Columbia County, encouraging all residents to join in the effort to end hunger by raising awareness, volunteering, and supporting local hunger relief initiatives. Given under my hand and the Privy Seal of the County of Columbia as the Supervisors Chambers in Hudson, New York, this 12th day of August, 2026, Matt B. Morrell, Chairman, Columbia County Board of Supervisors. And please go online tonight and make a donation to Regional Food Bank via their website.
Very nice. Adam Strong, all right, Julie.
Oh, never mind, just kidding.
Thank you very much, Supervisor. I think the last time I was here was about 2015, Veterans Recognition Ceremony, when I worked for Congressman Chris Gibson in Bitterhill. So it's great to be back. And I just want to reintroduce myself. My name is Rich Harris. I'm the Chief Strategy Officer at the Regional Food Bank. And we'd like to extend our deepest appreciation to the Columbia County Board of Supervisors for allowing us to speak this evening on an incredibly important topic of food insecurity. The mission of the Regional Food Bank is to lead a network of partners to alleviate hunger, prevent food waste, and nourish the communities we serve. We serve 23 counties in northeastern New York, from Rockland County all the way up to Clinton County on the Canadian border, feeding approximately 355,000 people every month. I'd like to acknowledge the network of 21 food pantry partners that work with us to address community needs in Columbia County. Today, we're joined by Judy Matthews, the co-president of the Chatham Area Silent Pantry. Each September, Hunger Action Month unites millions of people across the United States to raise awareness and provide nutritious food for our neighbors who are facing hunger. A few statistics specific to Columbia County based on recently released Map the Meal Gap data. Almost 11.9% of the population, or 7,300 people in Columbia County, are food insecure. Of those 7,300, 1,550 are children. And last year, we distributed over 1.4 million pounds of food within Columbia County, which is the equivalent of 1.2 million meals. And despite these efforts, the meal gap continues to exist with over 200,000 missing meals. And due to federal changes in the SNAP program and the increase in the cost of living, we anticipate that number will increase. We want to close the meal gap and appreciate the support of the county to help us alleviate hunger. Thank you again to this board for acknowledging Hunger Action Month and your support of the Columbia County residents who face food insecurity every day. Together, we can ensure that all people have nutritious food they need to thrive. And I'm going to leave behind a copy of our State of Hunger report, which serves the entire capital region. And then I also have a specific Columbia County report, which I'll leave for distribution for you. So thank you.
Can we give those to Kelly and then she'll make sure we get them.
I'm going to request the clerk read the resolutions.
Resolution 275 of 2026 to 301 of 2026 by Supervisor Holmes.
Mr. Chairman, I offer these resolutions for adoption.
I second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Do any supervisors have any comments or questions? Supervisor Collins.
Yeah, and just like the recent flooding, I wanted to thank all the highway departments, both municipal, county, and state. Just what an extraordinary job. All the first responders that were out there, the fire departments and everyone else, public safety. I just thought for the amount of damage we had, the amount of rain we had, that we were in good hands the whole time. So I wanted to thank those. And I would like to recognize Judy Matthews from the Chatham Food Pantry. She handles a massive amount of food. She sees a lot of people, and it's really an extraordinary service. So thank you very much, Judy.
I do concur with the amount of DPW and firefighters and any emergency management people who helped that day, those few days, in this case.
I'd also like to echo that sentiment. Germantown was hit pretty hard. 55 years, I've never seen that much water in that short amount of time. And yeah, to get a phone call, you need to, initiate a state of emergency. I'm okay, I'm awake now. But no, everybody from the county DPW, the emergency management, fire company, everybody really would like to commend their work. Personally, the fire chief and the assistant chief of the town of Germantown, while they were out helping everyone, their house was 5 feet underwater. They lost everything, but it just shows the commitment that they have to the community, and I would really like to thank them personally. I have to thank them personally.
Thanks. Any other supervisors?
Yeah, I'll second everybody's comments on what was handled during the flood. It was very good service from our community. But I also wanted to, as Chair of Public Works, I just wanted to especially thank our Commissioner of Public Works, Ray Jakowski, along with all of our facilities crews, MIS crews. In the last 2 weeks, if you haven't noticed, we've moved probation, public defender's office, and Board of Elections to the new 11 Ward Street office. This was a phenomenal project. If you ask me, this started years ago. When we purchased the building, we reached out to all those department heads and said, what do you need? We designed the building specifically for what was asked for. That work was completed on time and on budget. And it was a lot of work. And then actually moving the crews there, anybody that's ever rearranged someone's office can just understand what this is, but we moved an entire department down the street. I understand that the move went quite well. Everybody seems to be pretty pleased. So I just want to thank all that staff for that work that they did. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments? Okay, with that, we do have some board appointments. I'm going to appoint Layla Kaplan, Joyce Thompson to the Columbia County Housing Task Force. And not as a board appointment, and actually we just passed the resolution. I want to congratulate Mark Taylor, who is our newest representative to the Columbia Green College Board of Trustees. So Mark, congratulations. And then I'd like to do a moment of silence. Actually, we lost one employee and one volunteer. Ken Flood, who used to be the former CDDC and planning board director, passed away, as well as Larry Saltwell, who was the longtime member of the county planning board. So if we can take a moment of silence. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.